Okay, let's try this again. I just had an absolute palaver of a half an hour trying to do my TBR for December, and I was just doing it in a really bad way. I'm here, there and everywhere in my brain. So let's just change how I do it. So what I was doing is I was going by book and then going, okay, this book is for all of these different prompts for my yearly challenges and my Christmas readathons. But I kept forgetting things, so I just need to not do that and just do it by challenge. So let's start again. Hello and welcome to my December TBR video. I apologise for the non-Christmas decoration in the back, but I am wearing a Christmas jumper. It says ho ho ho, and I've got Father Christmas, I've got Christmas puddings and Christmas trees right at the bottom. There you go. Try not to flash you. Thankfully it worked. And I also have a lovely Christmassy mug. And you should count yourself lucky because my brain doesn't like doing this. My brain is like, no, we're in November and we haven't finished a whole week. You need to use your pumpkin autumnal mug. So I think it's my autistic brain, okay? I don't know, but I bit the bullet or something. I don't know what the right phrase is. I went Christmassy for you just for this video, so you're welcome. Although it's not a Christmassy drink, I'm having a pumpkin spice coffee. All of your dreams have been smashed. I apologise. So today I have an announcement. So last year, for those of you who don't know, Lucy from Lucy Chronicles created and hosted the Tinsel and Tales Readathon for Christmas. And she had a load of co-hosts with her and it was a lovely time. I really enjoyed participating. It's a really easy readathon. And this year she's doing it again. Tinsel and Tales Readathon 2.0, I think, is the official title. And she's asked me and some new co-hosts to join in. So it's all different people, and it's going to be a lovely time. We are hopefully doing a weekly reading sprints live stream each week. I think it's going to be a Wednesday because that's Lucy's normal day. Obviously, if you don't know, Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, and the same with New Year's, falls on a Wednesday. So those weeks might change for her doing the live stream, or she might not do them that week. I'm not sure. But certainly for the weeks before Christmas, it'll be every week. All being well, of course. You know, God willing. And all of us co-hosts will be joining in with those lives. We might not all be able to do it every week, but I'm sure one or two of us, or if not all of us, may be able to do it now and again each week. So it'll be really great fun. We definitely would love you all to join in with it. You can double up on the prompts or triple up. Lucy did consider changing that, but because it's such a busy time and she doesn't want it to be like a stressful readathon where you feel like you have to get all these books read, it's just a lot more relaxed. She does say, unlike last year where she said she would prefer it, she has officially said that one of the prompts, which is to read the Nativity story, is the must-do prompt. So if you can't do any of the others, do that one. And that is usually, Luke is usually the popular gospel that people use for the Nativity story. So, and she says it has to be outside of your normal church services. So it has to be your own personal reading or studying time with the Nativity. Yeah, that's our readathon, or hers really, but I'll tell you who all the other co-hosts are. So obviously there's Lucy, the creator. There's me, because I'm filming the video. No particular order to that, it's only because I'm doing it. So the next co-host is Lauren from Intuitive Reading. We have Kay from Kay's Library. Jamie from Jamie the Canton Reader. We have Kelley from Bookish Kelley. And I don't want to forget anyone else. Is there anyone else? Oh, we have the lovely Emily, I think is her full name, but we often say from Em's books are everywhere. And we also have I think we've decided to say honorary co-host, and that is Whitney from Whitney Reads. And we say honorary because initially she was official, but sadly she's had to finish, or stop doing BookTube. She did put a video up about it, so obviously I'll link her below and you can watch that video. She gives the reasons why. It's very, kind of anyway, but it's very sad. But I think we've decided to make her as an honorary co-host, but I could be wrong because I have to say I am confused. But yes, unfortunately Whitney can't do this with us, but she's with us in our hearts. So yes, I think that's everyone. I apologise if I've forgotten anyone. I'm very good at that, and I'm doing it off the top of my head. I didn't write down everyone's names, which I should have done. But there we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my usual. I'm going to do my yearly challenges first, and then I will tell you about my readathons, because I'm also joining in with someone else's Christmas readathon, and I will talk about them when I get to that. So for the yearly challenges, we have Teresa from Creatively Faithful, and she's been doing the Cozy Reading Challenge. And this month for the final month is Comfort Chair, and that is to read a comfortable read, I guess, a comfortable book. So that could be anything. It could be, I don't know, whatever's comfortable to you. It could be the topic, an author, a style of book, like maybe to hold or something, whatever it is. So for a comfortable read, I have a couple of options. One of them is in terms of size. So a comfortable read for me is often the short book because I'm a slow reader. So I've used this one because it's a short book, and that is Christmas at Sugar Plum Manor, which is a novella by Rosanna M. White. This is obviously a Christmas book, and it's a Christian fiction. This is historical, as I'm sure you can tell by the dress. So yes, this is one of the options I could use for hers, but the other one I could use is comfortable because her books are really easy to read. They're not very complicated, even though she's a classic author, and that is Ella Montgomery's Road to Avonlea, which is Further Chronicles of Avonlea. This second Chronicles of Avonlea book. Which is a short story collection, obviously, as I'm sure you can tell by the title, set in Avonlea, which is where Anne from Anne of Green Gables grew up in. And so, yeah, and this is another comfortable read because, it's also quite short too, but also just the way L.M. Montgomery writes is very comfortable. So, yes, that's another option. So I have a couple there, depending on, I want to get to both of them, but yeah. Okay, the next yearly challenge is Journey Through Time by Alma from Alma's Book Journey. Again, she's been doing two different sections, and that's centuries and decades. And I have decided to do both. So, for centuries, in December, we are in the 10th century, which is the 900s, and I have picked Beowulf. I think there's no author that's known, but the version that I have is a modern translation by Dan Ebersold. I hope that's how it's pronounced. I did think about using the traditional one, but I was like, I don't want to buy it and then find that I'm struggling to read it, so I just got the easier one, especially because it's Christmas and there's a lot of books on my TBR. So I went for that one because it's, at the very least, it's set in the 900s. I don't know when it was written. For the decades, we are in the 2020s this year, and this month, and I have a couple of options that I can use for that. One of them is, again, Rosanna M. White, Christmas at Sugar Plum Manor. This was published in 2024. Then the other one I could use is by Lynn Austin, and that is Waiting for Christmas. This was also published in 2024. So I've got those. I'm not actually sure if there's any others on my TBR that I could use. There might be. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think this was published in 2024 too, so I could always use that as an option. So that's cool. I have a few options for that one. Yes. Then we have Read Your Bookshelf Challenge with Chantel, and for December it is Frosty, and basically they're the 2 Christmas books that I've already showed you. So that is Lynn Austin's Waiting for Christmas. Oh no, they're not. But there's also Road to Avonlea because there's snow on the roof of the little house, and probably on the ground too, but you can't really tell. It's very light. So I've got those options for Chantel. Read Christian Romance is complicated. So, as I'm sure you've noticed that I've mentioned, I still have yet to, if you've seen my TBR for November, this again was carried over to this month, All My Secrets by Lynn Austin. This is book 1 to Waiting for Christmas, which is what I actually wanted to read. But I learnt last year that you kind of have to read this one first, so that's why I want to read this. But this has been on my TBR for months because I just haven't been able to get to it. So this was supposed to be for the fall season prompt, because, you know, autumnal colours. But I haven't started it yet. I'm going to start it today. But it's a decent sized book. It's over 350 pages. And I also have technically 2 other books to read before December, which I know I won't get to. So, yeah, this is one of the books that I'm probably going to be continuing to read, because I might finish it before December, but I might not. So this is possible. But the other one that I have yet to do is also Animal on the Cover for Osina's Read Christian Romance Challenge. I haven't picked a book yet. I know when I mentioned it in my other TBR, I had some suggestions by some of you who commented, so thank you so much for that. I've seen those comments, and I'll have another look when I'm looking for the books particularly. I just haven't got around to it yet because I've been trying to prioritise what I've been waiting to read for the longest, which is mainly All My Secrets. So I haven't got a particular book yet, but obviously it'll be a Christian romance and there'll be some sort of animal on the cover. So that's another book I need to read. But the last one that is officially for December is a Christmas read. And again, they're both books you've already seen me pick. So obviously we have Waiting for Christmas by Lynn Austin. And we also have Christmas at Sugar Plum Manor by Rosanna M. White, because both of these are Christian romances. Dear. I don't know how I'm going to get on with this month, but there we go. So, the next one is the Year of More challenge that Chantel has been doing. So I am, again, also behind, so I'm having to carry this book through, and that is Willa of Ingleside. Yeah. By Ella Montgomery. This is the last book in the Anne of Green Gables series, so I need to read that. But also, as I'm sure you have seen me talk about, there's also Further Chronicles of Avonlea, Road to Avonlea. So this, I'm not sure if it's correct, but I don't have anything else. So for December, Chantel has put to an option to read either like her journals or biography of Maud, or a Maud-inspired tale, and there's also etc. So because this isn't officially Anne of Green Gables, because sometimes with the first Chronicles of Avonlea that I read earlier in the year, it didn't necessarily have Anne in it. There was a couple of instances where she was either mentioned or she said something, but it was mostly other people who lived in Avonlea. So I'm using this as like an inspired tale, sort of a Anne of Green Gables kind of esque. So I hope that's okay, Chantel. Let me know if not, because I'm sure I'll be able to find something. But yeah, that is what I'm planning to read for Chantel for a Year of Maud. So those are all of my yearly challenges. Let's get into my Christmas ones. So the first one is obviously the one that I am co-hosting, and that is Tinsel and Tales. So I'm going to briefly, I'll probably just tell you the prompts and I'll tell you the books I'm using, I think is what I'll do. So Book of Christmas in the title, I have a couple of options. Pretty much all these you've already seen, so I'll just quickly blank through them. So we've got Christmas at Sugar Plum Manor by Rosanna M. White for Christmas in the title, and also Waiting for Christmas by Lynn Austin. No one is surprised. And also because you can double up and probably use one or two of these books for more than one prompt, because they also apply. So for example, a book that's on your TBR since last Christmas doesn't have to be a Christmas book, but could be. But both Waiting for Christmas and Sugar Plum Manor were both books I wanted to read last year, but either didn't, either because this was the sequel or because I just didn't have time to get to them. So those are also options for last Christmas. Yeah, that's about it. Then there's a book of holiday romance. So my main one for that one is Christmas at Sugar Plum Manor. I could still use Waiting for Christmas, but because this is a sequel, I don't know how much romance is in this necessarily, but it's also an option. But certainly, definitely this one. Then the next prompt is read a nativity story, so obviously that is, I'll probably just do the Gospel of Luke in the Bible. Then prompt 5 is Christmas present, and that's a free space, so that could be any of my books. That could be Beowulf, it could be either one of these two, Waiting for Christmas or Sugar Plum Manor. Could be My Agatha Christie, Murder on the Orient Express. Could be Road to Avonlea, Willow of Ingleside, or it could be All My Secrets, or it could be the Christian romance with an animal on the cover when I can get to that one. So I have a lot of options I could use for that. If I get to any other books, which is unlikely, I could also use one of those. So we've got options. Prompt 6, a book with a festive cover. So I could probably use Road to Avonlea because of the snow. Less festive, but certainly counts because snow is often considered festive. I could also use Murder on the Orient Express because I find this is very festive, this cover. Then obviously there's Christmas at Sugar Plum Manor. Oops. Very festive, incredibly festive. You want to have a proper look? I mean, look at that. I love that. It's so cozy as well. But also Waiting for Christmas is also a festive cover. A lot more simple compared to Rosanna M. White's, but actually I think it's more beautiful because of that. I just love it. It just gives me such Christmas card vibes as well. Love it. So again, lots of options. Prompt 7 is a Christmas book with a movie adaptation and to watch the movie. So whilst this isn't actually a Christmas book, I think a lot of people would call it a sort of Christmassy book and film adaptation, and that is Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie, because this is set in the winter time, if not Christmas. There's snow everywhere, they're on a train, so it's very much, I would say, a festive book. There's also been at least 2 adaptations, if not more, of Murder on the Orient Express, and there's probably more. So I'm hoping to read this. I know Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens is a popular one, but I did that last year, and whilst it's great, and the film adaptations are great too, I found it a bit slow to get through despite how small his book was. So hopefully I'll find this easier to read. Prompt 8 is a book with snow in the title or on the cover. So obviously, as I'm sure you can all guess, the 3 books that have snow on the cover, because none of my books have snow in the title. Say it with me. Waiting for Christmas, Lynn Austin, because there's snow on the windowsill, and also it is snowing. I don't know if you can, yeah, it's picking up, you can see the snowflakes. Next one, Rosanna M. White's Christmas at Sugar Plum Manor, because, oh wait, no, not this one. It's just 2 of them. There's no snow on Rosanna's, so sorry, I forgot. I keep wanting to say it. I think it's because it's a Christmassy cover, I think. But there is snow on Road to Avonlea. So those are my 2 options. Then the last prompt, is a Christmas mystery book. And I have 2 options because Waiting for Christmas by Lynn Austin seems like it might have a mystery. because on the blurb it mentions there's an orphan called Jack who is looking to reunite with his family, and it mentions that the main character Adelaide and her husband are trying to solve the riddle of Jack's story, the orphan. So that kind of sounds like a mystery to me, so I could use that as an option. Otherwise, we all know what I'm going to say. Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. Because it's in the title. Murder. So, those are all of the prompts for Tinsel and Tales. Let's have a look at the readathon I am taking part in. So this readathon is being hosted by Youngs and the Restless. They are new-ish, or certainly new to me, Christian booktubers. They don't do as much Christian fiction, at least from what I've seen. I've not been following them for that long, so they might have done some overall, but they are Christians, and I think they do read some Christian books, I think. But they mostly read like horror or thriller or true crime stuff, probably a mixture of different things. I know sometimes there's a bit of romance, all of that stuff. So they're doing a Christmas readathon. It's a very easy one. It's one that I can definitely work around with the books I'm currently reading, so that's great. So it's very easy, and their readathon is called A Very Merry Restless Readathon. And obviously I'll link their channel down below. So their readathon is based on the 3 main ghosts in A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. And they have 4 prompts for each ghost. So they have 4 for Ghost of Christmas Past, 4 for present, and then 4 for future. And they said it's very easy. You don't need to do all of them. You could just do 1 prompt for each ghost. So you would only have 3 prompts to fulfill if you wanted to only do 3. Obviously you can do more, but they said you can just do 3, which is really good because the prompts are also really easy. So that's good. So for Ghost of Christmas Past, the prompts are a book, the oldest book on your TBR, either by publication date or how long you have owned it, a book set in the past, reread an old favourite or read a classic, or read a backlist from your favourite author or one of your favourite authors. So, I could probably do a few of these. I could probably do Road to Avonlea for oldest publication. More likely, I will probably do either. I could also do a book set in the past because I've got Rosanna M. White and I've got Lynn Austen. There's also my other books that aren't Christmas related as well. They said even though they mainly read scarier books, you can do scary books if you want, or you can do Christmas ones or a mixture or just general books. So it's up to you. You can kind of do what you want, sort of thing. I could also do a backlist for most of these, like Ellen Montgomery. Could do Agatha Christie. Could do more Ellen Montgomery. I could possibly do Lynn Austen and Rosanna M. White. It just depends if they've released books this year in 2025, because both of these books are, I think they're both published in 2024, or certainly one of them is copyrighted for 2024. So I assume that's when it was published. So if they haven't released a new book since these ones, then obviously I can't use these for a backlist. But otherwise, I can. So I'll have a lot of different options. Then for Ghost of Christmas Present, the prompts are a recent add to your TBR, a book set in the present, a book that someone gave you as a present, and a current release from one of your favourite authors. So again, I could do a couple of these. So I could do a recent add to your TBR, which would be Road to Avonlea. I could do a book someone gave you as a present, because this I definitely got as a present, Waiting for Christmas by Lynn Austen. But there might be another one I could use for that as well. So yeah, I've got those. And then for Ghost of Christmas Future, the prompts are to read an arc, so that's a advanced reader copy, a book set in the future, a new to you author or genre or subject, or a book that you plan to buy soon. So most of these I could use for a new to you author. I could use Rosanna M. White for that one. That's the only one, because even though I could use Lynn Austin, I'm reading all my secrets, so technically it's not new to me if I'm reading another book, I guess. So yeah, but those are all of the prompts that they are doing, and those are all the books that I'm hoping to read, or at least all the ones I have. Like I said, Animal on the Cover is still one yet to get, but that's fine. So yeah, let's have another drink of my probably cold coffee, because basically I've been doing this for an hour now because I tried to film this already. Nearly got to the end, but I was just getting confused about what I was reading and what prompts and all the rest of it, so it was just easier to refilm it. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you're hoping to do for your December TBR. Are you reading any Christmas books? Are you taking part in any of the readathons? Like, are you going to do hours for Tinsel and Tales? Or will you be doing Youngs and the Restless? Or is there a different readathon that you're hoping to take part in? Let me know. Or none. Maybe you don't want to do any, which is fair enough. It's a busy season. I can understand why you wouldn't. So yeah, I would love to know. Let me know, and I hope you all have a lovely Thanksgiving if you're Americans. I know this will be coming up after Thanksgiving. I'm filming this on Thanksgiving on Thursday. We don't celebrate that in the UK because I think Thanksgiving is to do with the Americans going to, well, the British going to America, I guess, or something like that. I knew it at one point. We did learn about it, but I've forgotten. But anyway, I hope you all did have a lovely Thanksgiving, no matter what you do, whether it's a big celebration with family or friends, or whether it's just a quiet one on your own, or just with the people you live with. Either way, I hope you had a lovely time. And yes, I'm not doing anything specific for the Christmas December month. I know a lot of people do Vlogmas or Bookmas. I'm not going to do that because, one, a lot of people already do that and it's a lot of videos to watch. I know as a YouTube viewer myself, it's a lot. So I'm just going to stick to my normal regular uploads as best I can, you know, like once a week. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll probably still do that for the Christmas and New Year weeks as well, because I normally film, not today, but normally I film on a Tuesday, so, and upload on a Saturday, so my videos kind of are like before and after the celebration seasons days. So I'll probably still be uploading those weeks as well, as far as I'm aware anyway. That could change, of course. But yes, I'm not going to do any Vlogmas type stuff or Bookmas, because that would also just be a lot for me as well. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not doing anything like that. So yes, I hope you all have a lovely week. Lovely Thanksgiving, of course, for those of you who celebrate in America. And I will see you all next week. Yeah, that's it. Bye. God bless, and I love you all.